What up guys, welcome back to the TB Drifting channel. Thank you for tuning in. In this episode we're going to be talking about East 10 Drift Pro-Am Round 4. First I'm going to show you guys just kind of like a montage that I've created, and then once we get done with that we're going to jump into battle after battle. I can show you guys kind of where I think I'm lacking in these runs or what I liked about these runs, and then just kind of break down what happened as far as judging goes. So enjoy and we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, here let me break it down. Yeah, I'm gonna make it now. Give me some time and you'll see me up on stage somehow. I'm working every day, I'm working hella late. I'm working cause it's worth it. Once you make it, then you play. I'm never slowing down, I'm gonna own this town. Live by the saying that your time is lost but never found. Let's go another round, make them give up the crown. Nah, I ain't playing, man, I'll take it, so just give it now. Yeah, I'm gonna work hard, play hard. Yeah, I play my first card, ace hard. Yeah, they know I play smart, play hard. We don't have the same star, we don't have the same cards. Yeah, it's not the hand that you dealt. Nah, it's how you prove it to yourself. Nah, you don't need any wealth. You gotta live your life, work hard and excel. Yeah, don't be looking for the help. Look inside of yourself for the wealth. Keep your mind and your body in good health. And keep working for nobody but yourself. Yeah, you can make it one day. Don't be listening what anybody say. They got the wrong state of mind, okay? Most of the time they won't help anything.
Always got gas. We got tires, we put stickers on, brand new stickers. We've changed some alignment. In my opinion, you put down the best lap both ways, leaving that ball that I've seen all day today. So we're gonna take the W! I'm gonna keep my head down. Till I make it, yeah. Yeah, I'll be okay. Oh, I'll be okay. I'm gonna fight, never giving up. Yeah, I'll be okay. Oh, I'll be okay. Cause I know just what I'm capable of. You can leave if that's not enough. I believe in never giving up. I don't need someone to help me up. Yeah, I work harder than the rest, smarter than the best. Every day is a test, but I stay obsessed. Maintain progress, keep away from the stress, cause I want nothing less, yeah. I keep moving on, every single day is another gone. Every single day write another song, so one day I'll play with the best is on. Okay, I know my path, not just an artist, I'm doing math. Not just charting, I have to add, cause I'm not just an art kid, I'm a brand. So I'm working hard, thinking smart, taking action with passion and using heart. Gain traction, reactions are just a start. No distractions attracted into your heart, yeah. Gonna stop now, got no time to have doubts. I'm gonna make it somehow. I'm gonna keep my head down. I ain't gonna stop now, got no time to have doubts. I'm gonna keep my head down.
Now we're going to jump into what happened during the day. So to start off the day, we get there, We start getting everything ready, and then shortly after running around and everything, we find out that I locked my keys in my truck. So not only do I not have my racing shoes, but I don't have my suit, I don't have my GoPro, I don't have my helmet, my gloves, anything. It's all in the truck. So normally whenever we go to driver's meetings, they want us to be in our racing suits. I was not in mine because I left it in the truck and it was locked. So we had to call a locksmith first thing. They didn't get there till after the driver's meeting, and then they charged me like 130 bucks just to do something for 13 seconds. Once we did that, we jumped in the truck, got everything out, started wrenching on the car, making sure tire pressure was set, because all of our tools were in there too, by the way. Making sure everything was torqued, put my suit on, my shoes, my arm restraints, everything, and then we go out for some practice. We felt good, laid down a bunch of solid lead runs and chase runs. However, some of the chase runs that we did, we got held up. The lead driver would go off course or stop in the middle of the run, or they would spin. So it wasn't the best, and I think that hindered us a lot whenever it comes to our qualifying position. Once practice was done, we went into the driver's meeting and we ended up 5th in qualifying. So that's actually the lowest that we've qualified all year. It was kind of a bummer, but then again, I'm not super upset about 5th. I mean, it was a track that I was unfamiliar with, and chucking it at a wall was something I was unfamiliar with, so I'm pretty happy with how we ended up. So then we go into top 32, we have a bye run. As you guys know, East 10 Drift format is top 32 with double elimination. So our top 32 was a bye run, and then we go up against Jake Elliott, kind of as like a, if I lose, I'm out and I have to jump back in, or if I win, I move on to the top 16. So we go in, we flick it in at the wall, grip up a little bit, have to pull handbrake a little bit, going around the sweeper. I felt really consistent on all my lead runs. They all looked about like this. Gapped him a little bit here, and then into the outer zone, I jump over the line a little bit, but still good inside. And we felt great on that run. So going into our follow, and initiate, fall back a little bit, but grip up and take off and jump back up to him. Kind of keep off of him a little bit, because I did follow him in practice a couple times and I wasn't sure if he was going to go up toward the wall, but we ended up sucking him back up right here in the last turn. So we ended up with the win on that one, putting us into the top 16. After that battle, there was like a break before top 16. So we had like 2 hours to go do whatever. So we went in 8. Top 16, we were put up against Blake Vanthoff. So when we come back, Blake and I were pitted right next to each other. So we kind of talked, and we battled each other in Bristol. So we were hoping that this would be a clean battle, because in Bristol, he had some issues with wiring and popping fuses. So we didn't really get the battle. So here's the top 16 battle. So because we placed higher, of course, we lead first, and we chuck it in up on the wall as close as I've been right there, and then come back down. He's still back there, I can hear him. And like I said, pretty solid lead runs, I feel like, for the most part. On my end, hit the inner clip nice. He was back there, he did not fall back. My guys just came over the radio and said, hey, he's back there, so no need to jump up so close on his door that you put yourself out, but let him know you're there. So coming out, he initiates, and I had a kind of a wonky initiation. I thought he was going to straighten, so I straightened and had to reinitiate, but I ended up staying with him here. Transition was a little crazy. I thought he was going to stop, so I braked a little bit. He was not in that outer zone. I feel like if he would have been in that outer zone right there, we would have done it one more time. The judges ended up giving it to me. We got back to the pits. Blake and I were cutting up and everything. He's a great driver. I enjoyed driving with him, and I'm glad we got a straight up battle. So then we move on to the grade 8. This is where it gets kind of hairy, because all day we had been kind of suffering with fuel issues, it feels like. So when I would hit boost, it would almost fuel cut, but we fixed it. We took a little bit of grip out of the car and it seemed to have fixed it. But then whenever our car started getting about half tank of fuel, it started fuel cutting a little bit more whenever we were going around a right-hand turn. When all of the force was to the left, or the driver's side, that seems to be when we were cutting out. So I'm not sure if it's a fuel pump issue or if it was just coincidence that it was on those turns, but we had some troubles and it came back to bite us in the Great 8. And this is not what we need. So Great 8 is against Nick Novak. If you guys follow any of the Lone Star Drift channel, you know that Nick Novak won the whole series over in Texas. But he was already competing in East 10 and this was his home track. So he didn't sit this one out. He decided he was going to go. But in my mind, this is the do or die. I have to beat this guy so that he doesn't have a chance to come back and beat me in points, because he was sitting 5th in points. I was in 3rd at the beginning of this round. Matt Mogensen was in 4th. All we had to do really was finish in top 8 and we could potentially get our Pro 2 license. As long as the two below me, Matt Mogensen and Nick Novak, finished behind me, we would be good. If Matt passed me, that would be fine because that would still put me in 3rd. But if we all three made it to the top 8, that would be disaster. Long story short, this was the round where I had to knock him out. Otherwise, it was over. So, because he qualified first in the day, he led first. Going into the first turn, that's where we started having issues. Stop it right here. The first issue we had, just before I initiated, I went to shift to 4th, but almost shift to 2nd. So I had to pull it back out and put it back into 4th. It took a little bit of time, but it wasn't disastrous and killing our whole run. Also, this is where we started having the fuel trouble. We had some cutting out of the car, which was not allowing me to keep wheel speed and causing me to grip up and stay really, really low. So I was trying to do whatever I could to get back up to him. It just was not happening. So here I start catching him because I'm shallow, catch him right here in the inner clip, and then we have more cut right here. It's cutting this whole entire corner, and as you can see, he had a sick lead run. I'll play an in-car here of the last outer zone, and you can watch the car straighten up because there's just no power at all. So I am so upset right now because we've been running good all day and we thought we had the fuel issue fixed. But now at my biggest battle, the one that I must win, we have fuel issues. So I'm really, really, really mad right now because I know that this guy has what it takes to bang doors. I've seen him do it before. So for me to not have a good chase, it's all or nothing now. So lay down a solid lead run and just hope and pray that he messes up behind me or that I can just walk off and leave him, because he's a solid driver and I know that I'm gonna have to do whatever I can to get away from him. Pulling up to the start line, my crew is coming over the radio saying, hey, what happened? I tell them, and like, we'll call your 5-minute and we'll cool the car off, see if maybe it's just heat soaking. And I came back over the radio, of course, very disappointed, and I just said, I'm gonna send it.
I'm sending it, guys. I ain't got time.
So I decided I'm just gonna have to put down a solid lead run. I was super, super mad, so I definitely feel like I drove way harder than I have all day, but it was just because of the situation. And here we go. All or nothing here. So we go in, we chuck it at the wall as hard as we have all day, right up on the wall. That was by far the biggest adrenaline rush. So then we come in, hit the inner clip perfectly, swing out to the outer zone, but I can hear him on my door this whole entire time. And I feel like we laid down a solid 95-point run there, and it just wasn't enough. Like, he's just an awesome driver and was not fazed by anything and just stuck it to my door. So here is the Twitch footage of the entire thing, and we'll do both runs. So off for my follow, hit the wrong gear, fall back, and then start to suck back up way inside here. And then we have cut. You can just see how much he's pulling me here, and I'm straightening, and then I straighten, and I just know that right there it's all over. Now we'll go to my lead, and we're off. Go in and flick it at the wall as hard as I have, right along the wall here. but as you can see, he's right there. Like, I can't shake him. Come in, inner clip, perfect. Outer zone, perfect. But he's right there. No shaking him. And then this inner clip, perfect. So at this point, I already know what's going to happen, but listening to this clip of the judges in this booth, like, they're all clapping, so I know that now this was what they were looking for all day, was a stupid good battle like this, which I hate that I couldn't come back with a solid chase run, but I did lead pretty well, I feel like, and he was just on my door creating a great show. That's what we really want in the end, is just to create a great show for everybody, regardless of if we win or lose. But so yeah, that's kind of in a nutshell how the weekend went. You know, I'm pretty bummed that we didn't get our Pro 2 license, but then again, we learned a lot this year about the car, about my driving, what I can improve on, and I feel like, you know, after every weekend that we've had, every event that we've had, we've progressed through the whole year, and we've done really well for our first season of Pro-Am. The way that the points broke down, both the guys that were behind me, Matt Mogensen and Nick Novak, made it to the finals. At this point, we've added it up, and the only way that we're going to get our Pro 2 license is if Matt Mogensen wins and Nick Novak gets second. Then we will be in third place. Matt will pass us and take over second, but we will be in third place by, from what we calculated, was 1 point to Nick Novak. So the final battle, Nick went out through a super good lead run, but Matt was right on his door. My team and I were just cheering, because we thought this is good. We're getting our pro license. So then it comes to Matt's lead run, and he had no idea that I was banking on him winning, because I hadn't talked to him, and I was afraid to tell him that him winning would be my Pro 2 license and his Pro 2 license, because I didn't want to get in his head. So it wasn't until after the event that he contacted me. He's like, man, sorry, I didn't know that me winning would be your Pro 2 license too. If I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have thrown away the lead. What I mean by that is, when he went out for his lead, solid outer zone 1, and then inner clip was good, but he had so much speed just because I guess he knew Nick was there right on his door. The second outer zone, he just washed out. But he was fine with it, because in his mind, regardless if he wins or loses, he's still got second place or first place, not to mention he has his Pro 2 license. Of course, he was happy. I'm happy for him. But if he would have won that would have been me in third place. Like I said, super bummed, but I can't blame anybody but myself. So next year we're gonna have to lay down some better runs, and hopefully we can get our Pro 2 license next year and then compete in the 2021 season. Round 1 at Nashville, we qualified 3rd, placed 5th. Round 2 at ZMAX, we qualified 3rd and placed 5th. Round 3 at Bristol, we qualified 1st and placed 2nd to Matt Mogensen. Round 4, we qualified 5th and placed 8th. So it was our worst finish of the year, but everybody was in it to win it for the last round. So that's kind of how the season shook down. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this season, as I've taken you with me to all 4 of these Pro-Am events. I will be releasing some more videos during the off season, whether it be working on cars, or one thing that somebody has mentioned is kind of break down the Pro-Am cost. So I'm going to be working on that soon, to try and get you guys kind of an idea of what it's like to prepare for a Pro-Am if you haven't done it before, and kind of what you're looking at as far as cost goes and where the money goes. I'll be doing that soon, but if there's anything you guys want to see, let me know in the comments. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Be sure and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, whatever else you want to do on here. But for now, I'm out, and we'll see you guys next time. See ya!
I throw up, and if you cross me, it was good to know ya. I'm impatient, I don't ever slow up. I stay young, no, I never grow up. I keep working to the point I throw up, and if you cross me, it was good to know ya. Yeah.